Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming back with another Dragonheir SilentGods video, and hopefully back with another interesting team that you can use to try and tackle the Chaos Shadows or the element, I guess, the Continental Challenge if you have not unlocked the Otherworld Exploration yet. I want to mention again, like in every single video at the beginning, that the fight that I'm doing is on the Otherworld Exploration. I'm not backing out because I'm not sure if this boss reset or not, so I want to be able to show you guys the run so it doesn't end. So the first thing that I want to mention about this team is the fact that I do have all of these bonuses, okay? First of all, because like I said, it's in the Otherworld Exploration, it's close to like the end of the season, there's like 2 more weeks and then that's about it, it's gonna be over. I have all the bonuses for the Elemental Affinity and also the other ones, like not the other ones, but all of them till the end. The extra damage, the more crit damage, and the resistance, the total damage resistance. So it's like total resistance bonus. This one's supposed to say the damage reduction, like I'm taking 15% less damage, okay? That's first thing. Secondly, I have all of the Alliance bonuses, okay? Again, I want to show you this one as well. So, you know, you can see that it's as relevant as possible if you have these ones, and then, you know, if you don't have them, you might expect less damage. And third, I want to say this because I've seen, you know, some people say in my comments that, you know, showing teams with Witch's Remains is not relatable. Well, this fight, I'm not using Witch's Remains, just using the Crown of the Unclean, okay? So the team that I'm using today is a team that's going to tackle the Errich boss, and I'm using 2 rares and 3 epics, so no legendaries. This one's a little bit tricky depending on who you have in the team, because melee units are not as good against these types of bosses in general because they get, you know, they get killed pretty easily. So you kind of want to have something like 1 tank always, which in my case, I built a Dane, okay? I built a rare tank because I wanted to try him out, see how he performs. So I brought Dane in the team. He's just a rare from Radiant. He's still part of the pairing, because this season 1, Lightning and Radiant are a pairing. I built him as the tank. So you need 1 tank. That's really important. The one that's going to always take the hit from the boss. Obviously, if you have somebody like a Garius instead of this one, it could be easier because you could drop somebody like a Quarian that I'm using over here. But after the tank, I'm using Quarian as a healer with, you know, rare artifacts, Brotherhood Spirit for extra damage and whatnot. And then the DPSs are Shelter and Nimbus, arguably 2 of the good ones. Like, Shelter's really amazing because of his ultimate. Every time somebody does a basic attack, there's a chance to do extra derivative lightning damage, and if they're dauntless, they're gonna trigger more. But let's see how this team actually runs, and then I guess I'm gonna show a little bit the builds at the end. But this one is, you know, it works pretty fun. It works pretty well. And the goal over here is obviously to do 22 million damage. It might be a little bit RNG. You might have to run it 1 or 2 times, depending on how the hits land from the ultimate, okay? Because the hits, as you can see from Errich, from the ultimate, they can, you know, they hit 5 times, but it goes random. If it goes like 4 or 5 times on Shelter and he dies early, then it's not going to be as good, and you might not be able to hit the damage. If it splits a little bit between Shelter and Dane, then that would work better. One thing that I noticed about Dane, and I honestly do not really like, is the fact that if he has a little bit lower HP, he throws that ally protection from his ultimate on himself, and that does nothing. That basically does absolutely nothing, so that's not good. However, he does throw up when he does his ultimate. You can see this one over here. Where is it? Damage reduction. So 30% damage reduction means that if you bring a melee DPS in the fight, like I'm bringing Shelter over here, it's gonna help. Because if you bring somebody, like, let's say you don't bring Shelter, but you bring Shagro, which is another one, he can have that damage reduction, which is gonna make it easier for him to survive, okay? Obviously, you'd prefer to try and do it differently. Like I said, maybe have a tank and the healer be the ones that tank, and then have like 3 ranged ones. But yeah, this is the team that I thought these were the people that I built, so this is what I'm using. I only had to build Dane specifically for this fight because I didn't have a better tank, or like I had Garius, but I didn't want to use Garius. Okay, I wanted to show with a rare. Then Nimbus is just straight up damage, and over here in the back we do have Yola. Yola, I guess, can be somebody like Arena, but the benefit that Yola brings to this team is the fact that she also brings us an attack aura. With Irina in this specific team, I would have not had any aura, and that, you know, I'm losing out. So I try to just bring something in there that's gonna help me. So look at this. This is the RNG that I'm talking about. If those hits fall on Shelter too many times, and then he's dead. You know, he's not going to be able to survive, especially because we do not have the attack penalty before it. Maybe I should try and like time the hits out so that Yola's attack penalty lands before the ultimate. I think I forgot to give her a little bit more skill haste. And see, this is the part that I'm talking about, a little bit of the bad RNG. You know what? Let's just do this again with a little bit of tweaking so you see the actual process. So right now, let me see, I do have, you know, I'm trying to give her as much skill haste as possible so she always comes back to that attack penalty. So I guess the thing that I didn't do, I didn't swap, I didn't swap this one to give me some skill haste. I'm missing a lot. I think I put it on Arena, 18. I think that was the top one. Yep, I don't think I have anything better with higher skill haste. 11, I mean, I think I can do it like this. 57 should be more than enough and still get some damage. And let's run it again. Let me just save this team. Because basically, like I said, what I want to happen is I want to always try and have the skill haste, either the attack penalty from Yola or whoever else you're going to use, either land just straight before the ultimate or before the battle skill, but like really early before the battle skill, as the attack penalty is on for 10 seconds, but the ultimate takes a little bit, as you've noticed, to like, you know, be cast. It takes a bit, it starts casting, but then, you know, it takes like 2 seconds to fall down. So if I land the attack penalty too early, as you see, it kind of happens right now, then it's not going to affect. So for example, now the attack penalty is only going to affect the first battle skill. Then by the time the average does it, the ultimate sees 1, 2. See, the last 3 hits hit us without the attack penalty, and that's not beneficial. Like, you know, early on, I can leave it like this. It can go, you know, however it wants, it's fine. But then maybe once you get towards the later stage, unless Yola catches up and lands the stuff at the right time, then you might want to like just stop her from using the ultimate, the attack penalty, and just use it, like I said, maybe exactly before the ultimate, or as you saw that the battle skill happened. So that's something to keep in mind. It's really important to have the attack penalty for these bosses because they ramp up damage pretty high, as you can see. And, you know, if you're not prepared, you can just be surprised one shot and you have no idea what happened. So I guess what we're going to do, just for sake of testing, let's us take the hit and let me show you exactly when I want to use it. So I would use it, for example, here. Okay, boom. He did the battle skill, he was covered, but then when he does his ultimate, we are still covered, okay? See, we're still covered for all the hits on the ultimate. So if you landed just on time there, you should be fine. And it should be the same for anybody that brings attack penalty on the ultimate. Maybe Yola, maybe somebody like a Twitch, maybe Irina, like whoever you use in the team to bring you that is going to be the same. Obviously, you'd prefer to hopefully like have it land just before your DPS do their damage, so you also have the defense penalty, because obviously for me in this team I have the Crown of the Unclean, or like I said, you can use the Witch's Remains if you have it, if you want to, but you want to have that before everybody does their massive damage in there, okay? Because otherwise obviously you're going to lose on some of the damage. You see right now, it looks a little bit better because we timed our stuff, we did our skills at the right time, so it makes a massive difference landing your skills at the right time. You could obviously put the timings on the preset over there, you don't necessarily have to manual it, but you know what, it's only one fight. If you manual it and it guarantees you that 22 million damage, why not? You know, look at that bad RNG. I took all of those hits on Shelter, luckily we come back to Dane's protection over there and we're fine, but otherwise it was like, you know, that could have been game over and we were not quite there yet. There we go, attack penalty again. Let's see, can we take another ultimate hit? Can we take it? Can we take it? We're almost there. Okay, so one died, but because of my positioning, okay, because of the way that I have my people positioned, my Nimbus is still going to be able to take hits because the battle skills and the ultimate will fall wherever it can hit more people, and in that case was these people overdue. So, you know, he still had the chance to finish it off and get it to 23 million. It's not perfect, it's not extremely easy, but I didn't go and crazily min-max this team, okay? I didn't go to crazily min-max this team, and it still worked pretty well. So this is 23 million. I'm gonna save it, and then hopefully I'm gonna be able to make another team where I have Ivelios and the other one to still work. So let me see. Yep, as you can see, the highest damage was done by Shelter, but then followed by Nimbus. So considering the fact that Shelter's damage is being boosted by Nimbus and everybody else, every time they do the, basic attack or whatever, he did pretty well, okay? So let's just save this team, and let me quickly, let's go a little bit through the builds to show you the whole stats and whatnot. Let's see, is this one closed? Okay, we would have still had like 2 minutes, but let's jump in there and let's have a quick look at the builds for these people. So let's have a look at Lightning. Okay, first of all, we have Shelter, okay? Shelter, full enlightenment and attack, that's all you care about him, okay? Because all of his damage comes from the ultimate. Also, give him Violink. The best artifact for people that do derivative damage is Violink, and that's what I gave him. And then he's built in a Platinum Knight set that gives him more attack and more enlightenment. Plus, when he pops his ultimate, he gains damage bonus. This is gonna affect his Thunder, what's it called again? Blessing of Thunder damage. So that's really important. This is Shelter. Then Nimbus. I went with Nimbus, only 80% crit rate because of the artifact that I'm going to show you. And then after that, attack and crit damage, and then as much attack speed as you can get. You can see he has 157 plus 056. He was built in a Gambler set because he does a ton of basic attacks, so you're going to get more true damage hits with, again, crit rate, crit damage. And then as an artifact, I gave him Wine of Dragon Blood that gives him flat attack and attack speed, but also this one over here, whenever he launches the ultimate, he gains 20% crit rate, okay? So this is obviously gonna help him get, especially when he does that ultimate, to that 100%. So that's the Nimbus. The next one, Yola. Yola, I built with as much skill haste as I could, so that's why I have 2 pieces of Brotherhood, 2 pieces of Gambler, skill haste over here, which is not a lot, skill haste over here, and then the Crown of the Unclean, because obviously she's the one that brings us the defense penalty. If I could have given her more crit rate and more attack to do more damage, I would have done that, but I didn't go too crazy, honestly. Just tried to build it as I could, and it is what it is. And now let's look at our 2 rares that I brought in the team that did a pretty respectable job, and those were let's see, why did it not go? Go to Radiance, please. Thank you. Why does it not show me only Radiance? What did I do? Okay, come on, game, really? Okay, Radiance, I guess I have to go like this. So, number 1 was Dane. Let's go over here on the side. I guess it just does not, if you back out, it doesn't like to show you. So, Dane, I built tanky, okay? His only job was to be tanky. He is built in the Ancestral Protection set to take some of the heat off from Shelter, so he soaks it up. A lot of defense is because, well, I have defense percent over here, defense percent over here, plus the Mask of the Lark, so he takes less damage the more buffs he has. He does buffs himself, there's buffs from Quarian, so this is going to benefit him, and anything else doesn't really matter for him. He's just in there to be tanky, take the hits from the boss, and help keep Shelter alive. And then the other one is our trusty Quarian, which is in there for the heals. He is in the Brotherhood Spirit, because that's going to bring us more attack, 15% extra attack for 10 seconds every time he does his ultimate. And because he has a really low cooldown on the ultimate, it's 16 seconds on a base, and then with the skill haste, it's like 1439. He's going to come to that one pretty often, and we're going to have the attack up for quite a lot of time. Then for the artifact, I just gave him the red artifact because, I didn't want to try and go with, I would have gone, if I would have preferred to choose my best one, I would have gone with the Hourglass to give me more skill haste, but I tried to not use any legendary artifacts because, you know what, I had some people say that in comments, so I spiced it up for this time today. And as you can see, just skill haste and nothing else honestly matters because he does not get hit, okay? The only ones that do get hit are Shelter and Dane that are in the front. But I guess this is going to be it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this gives you some ideas of how you can build a team. Do keep in mind again, please, that if you do not have all of these buffs and maybe the elemental affinity from the psychic core over here, as you've seen, like I have maxed, if you do not have that one maxed, you might not be able to do the same damage, but as long as you do 7 or 11 million damage, that's still a good push. It's all about understanding the team that you need. It's about understanding the pairings and understanding what mechanics you need to bring going in there like I showed you. Attack penalty at the right time, survivability, and then just smash the damage. But anyway, this is gonna be it for the video today, guys. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.